Okay, having a look at this old Searle cooler because it's iced up. That was iced up to around here. Drain, we thought the drain might be blocked. Thought the temperature sensor would be iffy. I've got that poked in there, just so I can get the heaters to come on. And actually, we've got 5 amps on that heater, and then we've got another one on the bottom, nothing. So I think bottom drain heater's failed, which is, I don't see that very often. Years go by before I see a failed heater. And this is a Searle, I don't know what, hopefully we haven't got a, probably has covered up the model number. So I don't, it's really old, I don't know if we can get these. It might be the same heater, we might be able to put the middle one in the bottom. I'm not sure. So, customer's got a heater in there trying to get some heat in the room to melt the ice. Not sure whether that's whether it's the same heater in the bottom. It might be. We might be able to swap it. You can get some universal ones that you have to bend to shape yourself. So we might have to do that. I think FSW do them. Anyway, thought that would be interesting. Okay. This is 1/4 inch, so I've got a 1/4 inch extension, and I've got this Facom. It's 1/4 inch and 5/16 ratcheting bit wrench. And this was the worst corner, I think. We had to get the, we had a screwdriver on it, which would slip, and we also had a Nipex screw, I don't know what they call them, screw grabbing pliers. These things, 8201-200. So they've got jaws on them that will bite a screw if you've got it that way, or if you've got it that way. Well worth buying. Yep, and then we'll put some spray grease on there. I've got this stuff. This is really good assembly paste. Sort of food safe, NSF sort of stuff. Yeah, you think the age of it is still in pretty good condition, copper-wise. Yeah, anyway. Okay, try again. Trying to figure out how to get those clips out of there. That's the sort of design of them. And then we've just spotted, that's where the heater's failed on the end. So hopefully we've got enough room between the unit and the wall to get the heater out. Okay, back from the wholesalers, we've got this one, which is a tiny bit too long. They had one that was the right length, but it was only 500 watts, and the other heater, working out from the amperage, come out nearly 1.2, 1.3 kilowatts. So, and they didn't have two short 500 watt ones that we could have run in parallel. So we've gone with this one, which is a kilowatt, which is still a little bit small, but that was all they had. And all they had in the book as well. So we've got to bend it, and we might have to kick the bend up just to lose a little bit of length in the end here. But we have got, I mean the other one was fairly tight in there, so the other one could stick out almost up to here. And then the same the other end. We could lose a bit of length here. Just tie the probe wires out of the way. Okay, that's the centre. We've put the tape, and we'll peel that off when we're done because we don't want it burning. But we're going to go and find some suitable bend that we can use as a former, and that'll be the centre of the bend. Okay, we've got that bent around that pipe for the cake bin. We might put a little kick in it upwards, lose a bit of length that way, and then that'll also help if that isn't too even. Okay, so far so good. Oh, lovely. That'd be good for people with headphones. And there you go. Through these holes here. Camera work does not get any better, does it? It doesn't get any better. There we go. I think this is like a 30-40-year-old coil. It's still in fairly good condition, really, compared to some of the newer stuff we work on. Okay, let's see. Ooh, fair bit of length there. We might have to bend that up. Probably will have to bend that up. We might actually bend these up this way. Could do a bend both end actually, couldn't we? Yeah. Yeah, this was 2.4 meters and the other one was 2 meters, so we've got a bit to lose, but I could bend that up here. And it'll sit in there, warming up the valve and the solenoid. Some of them do have a kick on them, don't they, in the drain pan? So I might get the little benders on there, see if we can put a bit of a bend in there, lose some of that length. Okay, I've bent that clip out straight so I can just poke it through that rusty hole, so it's actually pushing this up and touching. So I just wonder whether it was getting a bit hot without it having like a heat sink on it. Although I don't think they get that hot. It might just be, it's probably old age, because it went on the bend as well, didn't it? It split on the bend. That's gone in like that. Is it ideal? No. We are working with what we can get. To get them up and running, so we've got them ends to make off. I'm going to put some spray grease in these holes. I might run a tap through them. I think they're M6, just to clean them out a bit. Okay, we've got this little wearer set. I've not tried it yet, but it's a load of taps with 1/4" hex end on there. I think that's M6, I think they are. I don't think they're M5. Anyway, we'll run one of them through there, get it cleaned up. Okay. This is 1/4", so I've got a 1/4" extension, and I've got this Facom. It's 1/4" and 5/16 ratcheting bit wrench. And this was the worst corner, I think. We had to get we had a screwdriver on it, which was slip. We also had a Nipex screw, I don't know what they call them, screw grabbing pliers. These things, 8201-200. So they've got jaws on them that'll bite a screw if you've got it that way, or if you've got it that way. Well worth buying. Yep, and then we'll put some spray grease on there. I've got this stuff. This is really good assembly paste. Sort of food safe, NSF sort of stuff. Yeah, you think the age of it is still in pretty good condition, copper-wise. Yep, anyway. Okay, that's back on. So just wait until it brings the room down, and then we can try that new heater out. Okay, so if we go set up, probe 1 is the air temp, which is 7, probe 2 is 6.6 coil temp, so you can read the two probes if you need to, which that is low enough that it should defrost, because the defrost termination is 8, I think. So if I push and hold that, defrosting. Right, I'm going to put a clamp meter on that new heater, make sure it's pulling some current. Okay, that's 4 amps on our new heater. And 5.2 on the old one. Okay, yeah, solenoid's just opened, so it's going to wait until that coil temp sensor says the coil's at 15, and then the fans will kick in.